Hey guys, it's Sim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Friday, and that means we're here to talk about Friday Night Smackdown. But boy, not just today, but as the last couple of days, been very busy with wrestling news. Like, holy crap, a lot of stuff has been going on. We're going to talk about all of it. Vince McMahon, Sasha Banks, we got more confirmation on her. The main event for SummerSlam has been set, and so much more. As well, I want to say thank you if you are watching live on Twitch, twitch.tv/PW Unlimited. Also want to thank you if you're watching later or listening later, either on youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited or podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, and so much more. But, whoo, got a lot to talk about. We started late because we got news right after SmackDown, and now we're going to go into this. This is going to be, I wouldn't say a long podcast, a long review, but we've got a lot to talk about. So let's hunker down, let's get into it, and do the rigmarole so we can get into all of that. I want to say, if you're watching live, help us out by hitting that donate button or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe just like Esports Gaming Rules 316 just did at tier 1 for his second month in a row. Really do appreciate that, my guy. Second month in a row. Or if you already have Amazon Prime, you can take that Amazon Prime account, you can take that Twitch account, link them together, bada bing, bada boom, boom, and your Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and they always give you one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribed right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But hey, if you also follow us on Twitter or YouTube, we can help you out over there with extra stuff as well. If you hit that join button below the video, well, you can become a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. With that, you also get access to all of our WWE and AEW graphics files as far as pay-per-views do go. When we make custom graphics for pay-per-views, whether that is the upcoming Money in the Bank pay-per-view that I just finished the graphics for today, because I created graphics last week, and then when I went to work on them today, I was like, I hate these, and I redid them, and now I really like what I got for today. You'll see those soon, but you get that file. You get both the Photoshop and the After Effects files. Who else gives you that? What other wrestling channel gives you their graphics that they create customly for you to use? Nobody. Nobody else gives you their custom graphics for you to use if you're a subscriber. And you say, hey, I've subscribed, but I can't find any of the stuff. I get that. YouTube membership stuff, it's kind of hard to find sometimes. So why not head over to patreon.com/PW Unlimited. You get all the same perks on Patreon, but it's all in one concise area with just member perks, with just subscriber perks right there. Also, let's get this poll going really fast. SmackDown poll. There we go. So, go over there, you get access to all of our stuff, and finally head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something, whether that's a new game or an old game. Claim the free game or get bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys. Whenever you do, it's going to ask you if you have a creator code, and that creator code is PW Unlimited. Again, that's PW Unlimited. Use that whether you are on the Epic Games launcher on your computer, or say you're playing Fortnite or Rocket League on your PlayStation, your Xbox, or your Nintendo Switch, or with Fortnite, even your phone. You go to the store page, go to the very bottom, and it's going to say, do you have a creator code? And again, you do. You want that brand new Spider-Man skin? Have you not got the new Battle Pass yet for the new season of Fortnite? Well, what are you waiting for? Go get it and use our code PW Unlimited. Again, that code is PW Unlimited. Also, I was doing this earlier in the Wrestling Wrap-Up podcast, and someone said, what happened to your fingers? Well, I burnt the shit out of myself camping last weekend, hence why the beard's gone. I literally lit a fireball off in my face. Oof! Lit a fireball off in my face, burnt my fingers to where my hand was on fire for 13 hours. Literally felt like it was on fire. I had to keep it on ice. You see the aftermath here with these 2 fingers. A little bit on the thumb, but not that bad. Mainly these 2 fingers. And singed my beard. Had to shave it all off. But with that, we got stuff to talk about. So let's talk about some news before we get into, I guess you could say, Smackdown. And this pertains to Sasha Banks. And I do want to pull up the tweet from WrestleVotes. So let's go here. Let's go to WrestleVotes. So back on Wednesday night, Raj Giri of Wrestling Inc. tweeted out that he had been told, he had heard from a source, from actually multiple sources, that Sasha Banks had been released by WWE. A lot of people were like, I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll wait till somebody else reports on it and says that it's true. Here we go. We've got some more reporting. Let's pull this up on the screen here. First off, we have this from WrestleVotes. The word backstage from Smackdown tonight is that the report from Raj Giri is indeed accurate, according to multiple sources. Sasha Banks has been released from her WWE contract. So this right here further confirms what Raj reported on Wednesday, the whole Sasha Banks thing. And you may ask, well, why hasn't WWE reported this? Or why hasn't WWE made a statement? Why hasn't Sasha Banks made a statement? And I'm under the impression that the release has been given, but the terms of the release have not been agreed on as far as what can and can't Sasha do to get this early release. Also, Sean Ross Sapp did tweet out a little bit as far as, let's see. He tweeted out, I know he tweeted some stuff out earlier. I got to find it now. Sean Ross Sapp tweeted about Sasha Banks. Now I can't find it. What the heck? I literally saw it 2 minutes ago before we went live. Okay, I think I may have found it. I'm going through his Twitter and I still don't see it. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Come on. Don't know why I don't see it anymore. Did he delete it? He had a good 2-tweet thread about this. Now I don't see it at all. So maybe he pulled it, but he basically said that multiple people at SmackDown also told him that they're under the belief that Sasha Banks has been granted her release. Even one big name backstage told him that they're under the belief that Sasha... Let me see if I can find his tweets one other way. Here we go. Now I've got it. Okay. Sean Sapp tweeted this. Latest on Sasha Banks. A lot of very well-connected people are saying that she's been released. At least one talent and one big backstage name believe it. WWE hasn't confirmed this to me personally and hasn't informed people that are usually made aware of this as of yet. He would then tweet, in short, I can't confirm that she is, but some pretty important people are of the belief that she is. Sorry, I can't provide more clarity yet, but I'm asking every day, multiple times a day. So again, this leads me to believe that Sasha Banks may have been, her and her people may have been told, you're getting that release, but now we just need to agree on terms. I really believe that's what's going on here. That she may have gotten the release, but they just need to agree on terms. So we will continue to follow this and see if we do hear anything else on Sasha Banks. But that is the latest on Sasha Banks right now. And give me 1 second. I'm checking in on something really quickly. Let's check this here. Fightful may have something up on their Patreon. Okay, so we'll talk about, so Fightful did put something on their Patreon about Brock Lesnar. We'll talk about that at the end after we talk about Brock and Roman and their upcoming SummerSlam match. But as far as other things do go, Vince McMahon stuff. So this morning, the news came out that Vince McMahon was stepping. Now, everyone's getting this wrong. They literally said in their press release, Vince McMahon is stepping aside, not down. And that Stephanie will be the interim in his absence from CEO and chairman. Now, they never said that he's stepping down, but I've seen so many major media people, not just in wrestling, but outside of wrestling, stating, oh, Stephanie McMahon is the interim CEO because Vince stepped down. No, he didn't. Vince did not step down. And so Vince is still running creative, and everyone's under the impression of, it's business as usual. Then it was announced that Vince McMahon will be appearing on Smackdown tonight. And my first thought was, oh boy, what does this mean? And Vince came out and lasted no longer than 20 seconds on the show. But give me 1 second, and we will get into talking Smackdown in just one quick moment. All right, so SmackDown starts, and we don't even get the opening video before Vince McMahon's music plays. And you would think, with all the news going around on Vince McMahon and everything going on with him and this and that, that people would be a little trepidatious as far as how they would react to him with the live crowd, as far as how they would cheer him or not, or this or that. And Vince's music hits, and you hear, no chance. So that's what you've got. And the crowd is just, it's Vince. And they're, no chance. No chance in hell. And you've got shots of the crowd, and they're going like this as Vince is walking to the ring. Like they're bowing to Vince McMahon. Like he's their god of always. Like they've always do when Vince appears on television. Always. They bow to Vince. And what did they do tonight? They were bowing to Vince. They were screaming, no chance! No chance in hell! You've got... And I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. These are the loyalist of loyalist WWE fans right here. So Vince gets down into the ring. He's basically soaking it in for a moment. And Vince McMahon mentions, you just heard those 3 words. 4 words, really. Now, then, forever. And the most important one of all, together. That is what we call the WWE Signature Open. Welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. He then throws the mic and leaves. That was it. That was all we got of Vince. All day, everybody's speculating. What is he going to do? What is he going to say? It was at like 6:30 this morning Pacific time. They announced Vince is going to be on SmackDown. And it was for that. And then we go into the SmackDown opening video. Are you ready? Are you ready? And it's like, that was it? Vince is just going to come out here and say, now, then, now, forever. And the most important word of them all, together. Welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. And I'm like, wow. Like, I didn't expect much, but I didn't expect him to just come out and say, welcome to SmackDown. I didn't expect Vince to come out here and go, here's my big old dick. I'm not swinging around and say, fuck you to everybody. That's what he did. That's exactly what Vince did tonight. He fucking stroked his ego and said, ain't no one stopping me. The government couldn't stop me before, and ain't no one stopping me now. Whew. Also, WWE posted the video of Vince, for him coming out and whatever. And they turned comments off. They turned the comments off. And I was just like, wow. Okay, cool. Cool. Then we get the open, and then out comes Riddle. Riddle makes his way out to the ring, and he cuts a promo. Crowd going crazy for Riddle. Riddle got a big pop. Riddle, they showed a lengthy video recapping Riddle and Reigns and their feud and everything that led to tonight. And then after the video, the fans gave Riddle a massive reaction and an applause. Riddle mentioned that Orton is having a big operation soon, and the fans broke out in a Randy chant. Riddle addressed that he misses Randy and he loves him. He thanked Randy for everything that he has done for him. Fans broke into a loud, "Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy," chant. Riddle then turns his attention to later on tonight, its title match, the main event. Because I'm dedicating that match to Randy. I'm going to do something that you guys haven't heard in a while. I'm going to play some music. And I thought he was going to play Burnin' My Light. And I go, oh, bestow my heart. Bestow my heart and play Burnin' My Light. And then it was just voices. I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. They talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. That was it. That was it. And then recapped Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin and their feud. Then we had the last laugh match, which is just a match. It's just a singles match that dragged out to 9.5 minutes, or right around 9.5 minutes. And I go, that's all this match is? It's just a regular match? All it is the winner gets to laugh on the microphone. They didn't explain the rules until afterwards when Madcap grabbed the mic and said, I won the last laugh match. Now I get to laugh at you. That was it. Too early on, Corbin was in control until Moss caught him with a boot to the face. Moss hit a second rope shoulder block. Corbin regained control and slowed the pace down with a chin lock. The fans broke out into a big Corbin sucks chant. Moss fired back and hit a shoulder tackle in the corner. Followed this up with follow-away slam. Corbin took over by sending Moss shoulder first into the ring post. They briefly brawled at ringside, and Corbin rocked Moss with the clothesline over the barricade. Back from the break, Moss and Corbin fought on the apron. Corbin caught Moss with a huge deep six to get a near fall. Corbin then caught Moss with a choke slam, and Pat McAfee played up how big Corbin is, going, Corbin's so tall, that's almost like when he lifts him up, 8 feet choke slam. They brawled around ringside again, with Moss sending Corbin into the announce table. They then teased a count out. Instead, Corbin jumped back in. Moss hit him with the punchline, hit him with a second punchline, and picked up the victory. Madcap beats Corbin. After the match, like I stated, Madcap laughed at Corbin. In the back, the Street Profits were there. Don't know if they were there live. I don't know if they taped this on Monday, but the Street Profits were there. They were excited for Madcap and then said, now, let's discuss some other stuff. Let's discuss Riddle and Reigns in the main event. We pick Riddle. But speaking of Universal Undisputed titles, if Roman loses his tonight, only the Usos have undisputed belts, have unified belts, and we want to take those from them, so we challenge the Usos to a match at SummerSlam. So, Street Profits versus the Usos. And was that match officially announced? Not SummerSlam. I'm on SummerSlam I'm thinking SummerSlam because of Roman and Brock. But was that match for Money in the Bank announced officially? Let's go double check. If they did officially announce the Usos and the Street Profits. Let's see. I don't see anything. Scroll down a little bit more. It's all they stated was Street Profits versus the Usos at Money in the Bank. Who you rolling with in that one? So that kind of confirms it, but it's really just a gif of the Street Profits from the show. No official graphic, but I think this does confirm that the match is set. Since Saturday says they said Money in the Bank. Yeah, but sometimes they say, we want this match at Money in the Bank, and then it never gets officially announced. Kind of like the challenge that never get. We've seen that in the past. But WWE all but confirmed it on their website. They all but confirmed it. So as we move forward, we go back to the ringside area, and Corbin's still there. They show Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, and Corbin grabs a mic. He confronts Pat McAfee for all the negative things he has said about him. He yelled at McAfee for criticizing him, mocking his talk show, and calling him, well, bum-ass Corbin. He warned McAfee, if you don't stop, I'm going to take you, pull you in that ring, and beat you all around it. McAfee then goes, oh, Michael Cole, mind if I take this one for a second? I need the house mic. And Cole's like, go for it. He grabs the mic and he starts making fun of Corbin. And he goes, first off, I got to say, bum-ass Corbin. He then does a Minnesota chant. Crowd follows along with that. And then he says, you know, this is the last laugh. How about I help the WWE Universe here in Minneapolis laugh you right out of the building? So he starts laughing. The crowd laughs. Corbin goes to walk off. The New Day come out. And they laugh at Corbin as well. But this is seemingly, maybe, possibly, I can see it. McAfee versus Corbin. Let's say SummerSlam, maybe. Why not? Let Pat wrestle a couple matches a year. Let Pat wrestle at WrestleMania every year. Let Pat wrestle at SummerSlam every year. Screw it. I'm down for it. McAfee and Corbin? I mean, it's not going to be the best match, but it can't be horrible. I don't think it can be all that horrible. How bad can it really be? Speaking of the New Day, they were taking on the team of Jinder Mahal and Shanky, but we got some stuff before that. We got a Smackdown recap video from like 20 years ago. They showed Edge and Hulk Hogan winning the tag titles. And then go to the back. They show a video of Natalya attacking Ronda Rousey from last week, and Megan Morant then interviews Natalya. She bragged about attacking Rousey last week, Natty that is, and Natty claimed that she's proved that the sharpshooter is more dangerous than Rousey's armbar. She also promised to be the first to force Rousey to tap. Magma Lord says, do you think Pat matches are good? Well, let's see. The Adam Cole match in NXT, really good. His performance in War Games, phenomenal. His match against Austin Theory, pretty good. I enjoyed it. So all three official matches that Pat has had, which I think that's just it. I don't have to say a word official. All three matches that Pat have had, all been good. Not great. That first match he had with Adam Cole was freaking amazing. Then his performance in War Games, amazing, fantastic, just phenomenal. And he even had a good match with Theory, which Theory's not bad. Theory's a good wrestler. But Pat and Theory at Mania, that was good. Really good. We had an okay 3-minute match. It was the New Day against Jinder and Shanky. It's still all about the skyscraping, dancing Shanky. Before the match, Shanky would dance behind Jinder. And then Jinder would look at him and he'd go, Jinder would look back away. And then Jinder would look at him again and he'd go, and so they're doing the match. Mahal has the brief advantage and whatnot, and they're going at it, him and Woods, and Kofi finally tags in, Shanky tags in, and boy, we thought Kofi had hops. Kofi's got hoppity hops. Kofi literally can jump so high that he drop kicked freaking Shanky in the face. And Shanky's like 7'1", right? And so he literally drop kicked Shanky in the face. Kofi with a 7-foot vertical leap, basically. So Shanky backs Kofi in the corner at one point, though, and threw him across the ring. Suddenly, well, no. Mahal gets tagged. No. Oh. So this was weird, because at one point, Shanky's dancing on the apron, and then he kind of stops, because Jinder looks. Then he dances again, and Jinder's just looking at him, and he's like, yeah, and then he stops finally. He gets tagged in, they're going at it, and Woods grabs the trombone, and then, and freaking Shanky's just in the ring. And he finally backs over to Jinder. Jinder's like, what are you doing? And he tags himself in, gets in. Woods just goes, and Jinder gets hit with the Trouble in Paradise. No, the SOS. Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise. Gets hit with the Trouble in Paradise. There we go. Pins Jinder, and they pick up the victory. After the match, Shanky just keeps on dancing. I'm like, so Shanky's gonna be a babyface, right? Like Shanky's gotta be a babyface. Crowd loves, like, I'm shocked how every week when Shanky does the dance, the crowd fucking eats it up. The crowd eats it up. He said, speaking of tag teams, the tag team division is going to get a little more ruthless next week with the return of the Viking Raiders. So the Viking Raiders are returning to Smackdown next Friday. We then had a segment, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus with Adam Pearce to figure out who is being added into Money in the Bank in the ladder match. It was a dumb segment, basically for Adam Pearce to go, oh, you're both in. And then McIntyre to beat up Sheamus. The Pearce announced that both guys are in Money in the Bank after, well, their double DQ last week. The crowd was into the segment and gave McIntyre a great reaction. Michael Cole explained that Adam Pearce must decide if, which one's going to be in the men's ladder match. And again, he said they're both in. Pearce noted that both failed to qualify last week. So I'm just putting you both in. Because statistics don't lie and you both deserve to be in the match. Sheamus noted that he successfully has cashed in before, so that's why he should be in. Yeah, the McIntyre got cashed in on, so that's why he shouldn't be in. I liked that line from Sheamus. I really like that logic from Sheamus. Pearce noted how he spoke with management and announced that Sheamus is in. Sheamus gloated, and then he said, but so is Drew. Drew then attacked Sheamus, hit him with the Claymore, and there we go. So, in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, it is now Seth freaking Rollins, or Seth Franklin Rollins, if you want to go that route, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus, all in Money in the Bank. The ladder match, that is, the men's ladder match. So next up, we had the shining light, the gem, the fantastic, just the national treasure that is Sami Zayn. So Sami is at Roman's locker room. He's like contemplating, do I go in, do I not? Do I go in, do I go not? Do I go in, do I not? And he looks down and goes, oh, Kayla, what are you doing here? Kayla approaches. She goes, so, what's going on? Any ill will between you and the bloodline since the reason Roman Reigns has to defend his title tonight is all because of you? And Zayn's like, what, Kayla? I want to assure you, me and the bloodline, everything is fine. Everything's okay. But I can't go in there right now. I got to go use the bathroom. And he leaves. Then got a Money in the Bank qualifying match. It was Raquel Rodriguez and Shayna Baszler. Match went 3 minutes, 15 seconds. They played inset videos before the match during both women's entrance, basically both saying, I'm going to make it to Money in the Bank. And then I'm going to cash in. Also, Lacey Evans on commentary. The match was okay. Not much to it. Raquel backed Baszler into the corner early, right at the bell. She whipped Baszler hard into the turnbuckle. Baszler fought back and worked over Rodriguez's leg. They showed Aaliyah and Shotzi watching in the back. They also told us that Aaliyah and Shotzi will battle each other next week for a spot in this match. Rodriguez tried fighting back with a power slam, and Baszler slipped out and hit a chop block. Rodriguez regained control and suddenly just pinned Baszler out of nowhere. Didn't even hit a finisher or nothing. He kind of just knocked her down, pinned her, and boom. What? Where did that finish come from? I don't know. But Raquel does pick up the victory, and she has been added to the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, it is Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Raquel Rodriguez. As we move forward, Shinsuke Nakamura wished Riddle good luck as he was warming up for his match. Speaking of Nakamura, Nakamura will be taking on, I think it's Nakamura and Sami. Let me just double check that really fast. It is, yes. Next week, Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. Winner qualifies for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And I'm disappointed that it's not both of them. Just like on Monday when they did Rollins versus Styles, and I'm like, I wanted both of them in this match. Now we got Nakamura and Sami, and I'm like, why can't we get both of them in this match? God, they would both be so good in this ladder match. So as we move forward, the lights dimmed in the arena. They placed a spotlight in the ring, and then in the back, Max Dupree was in Pierce's office. He was furious about the lighting and said, "You know what? You don't deserve to see my first client." Well, until after all this lighting issues are resolved. And they go, "Are you fucking kidding? Are you freaking kidding me? What? Okay, Veer Mahan." To recap, Gunther defeating Ricochet for the IC title. Caleb Braxton tried to interview Gunther, but Ludwig took it over. The fans broke out into a faint Walter chant. Ludwig Kaiser spoke about the heritage of the title. He added that the first Intercontinental Champion was French-Canadian, and he promised that no American would disgrace this title again. It was also announced that next week, Gunther will defend the title against Ricochet. Why not do it at Money in the Bank? Who the hell knows? Then we had our main event. It went 17 minutes. It was WWE Undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns defending against Riddle. And boy, was this match awesome. Was this match fantastic? Was this match oh so good? Like, this match was awesome. As the Miz would say, awesome. I loved everything about this match. Except for, well, that I felt like it got cut short. That it should have been a little longer. I would have loved to see it go longer. But then, we'll talk about this at the end, where they stalled for about 5 minutes before Brock came out. So the stipulation also was that if Riddle loses, he can never challenge Roman for the title again. So that's on the cards. That's the thing now. Both got a huge reaction coming down to the ring and when they did the special entrances. Especially Riddle, though. Riddle, even a bigger reaction. Riddle attacked Roman right at the bell with some kicks in the corner. Reigns, though, fired back with the right hand, and Riddle recovered. Riddle hit a fisherman's suplex and followed this up with a floating bro on the floor. Back from the break, Reigns rocked Riddle with a right hand to regain control. He destroyed Riddle with a series of forearm shots, and Reigns choked Riddle with the bottom rope before hitting a drive-by for a near fall. Reigns slowed down the pace with a chin lock. Riddle broke free. They then traded shots. Riddle fired back with a running forearm in the corner. He hit a suplex and went for the Broton, but Reigns got his knees up on it. Riddle then hit the floating bro and got a very close near fall. Reigns at one point then hit the rock bottom to take back over. He then gave Riddle a back suplex on the announce table, just like Randy Orton usually does. Reigns looked into the camera and cut a promo on Orton. He mocked Orton's back injury and promised to see him when he returns. So that made me think, oh, maybe it's not that bad for Orton, and he can work SummerSlam. That's wrong. So much Randy teases tonight made me think that he wasn't as bad off as he is, but it seems like he is. We go to another break, and when we come back, Reigns posed over Riddle's body to loud boos. Riddle blocked a Superman punch attempt and hit a jumping knee. He followed this up with a power slam and set it for a draping DDT, yet Roman broke free. Riddle then gave Reigns a back suplex on the announce table, and the fans broke out into a loud Randy chant. Back from another commercial break, Riddle hit the draping DDT and set up for an RKO. Reigns avoided it and hit a Superman punch for a very close near fall. Fans thought that could have been the finish. I almost thought it could have been the finish, and popped big, the fans did, for Riddle kicking out. Reigns then went for a spear, but Riddle would hit him with an RKO out of nowhere for a amazing, phenomenal, fantastic this close near fall. Like, the ref's hand was here. Here. Roman couldn't have kicked out any later. Fans, again, including myself, thought this could have been the finish. And I'm like, I really thought that they were going to do it. And they were going to change the title. Call me dumb if you want. But I'm like, you know what? You want people to stop talking about Vince? You change that belt. You change the title and put it on Riddle. But they didn't. Riddle hit a floating bro, went for the RKO again, but Reigns pushed him off this time. Riddle avoided Reigns, leaped off the second rope, but Riddle avoided Reigns and leaped off the second rope, but when he came flying through the air, he was hit with a massive spear, huge-ass spear. Roman then pins him 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Roman retains the title. Usos quickly ran out to celebrate with their tribal chief. But, is Roman really the tribal chief, the head of the table? He ain't buying people in his family houses. The Rock is. Rock bought his mom a house like 2 weeks ago, and he bought Tamina a house this week. There's your real Roman, your tribal chief head of the table. So there's like 9 minutes left in the show. And I'm like, 9 minutes left. What the hell? And then all of a sudden I get a ding, and I message my buddy and I go, Brock about to come out? They got nobody else. Is Brock about to come out? And Roman grabs the mic and he goes, well, I got to say it. Minneapolis, acknowledge me. And then he goes, you know, there ain't nobody left. Who's left? Nobody. Drops the mic and he goes like he's going to walk out of the ring, and then crowd loses their shit for the hometown boy, technically Minneapolis, Minnesota's own, Saskatchewan, Canada's own, Brock Lesnar. Lesnar comes out wearing a cut-off jean button-up, the cowboy hat, and still got the ponytail. He walks down into the ring, and we hear it from Pat McAfee, the alpha male of our species. He gets in the ring. He goes face-to-face with Roman, and he starts to smile and laugh before extending the hand. And he extends the hand, and he waits. And he finally just grabs Roman, throws him up, F5. He grabs Jimmy Uso, throws him up, F5. He grabs Jey Uso, throws him up, F5. He then throws off the jacket or whatever he's wearing. He's got the tank top on or whatever. He's like, looks into the camera. We go off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, the Smackdown went off the air. Immediately, WWE then sends out the following tweet stating, maybe not immediately, but let's see. It was 9 minutes after SmackDown went off the air. WWE sent out, the following tweet stating, just announced Brock Lesnar will challenge Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal title in a last man standing match at SummerSlam at Heyman Hustle. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It has been officially announced, the main event for SummerSlam, Saturday, July 30th. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, last man standing. Now, Fightful's got a little more on this. We're going to look at that here in one moment. Let's see. Fightful. They reported the following. Brock Lesnar returned on SmackDown and is set for a program with Roman Reigns. The two are set to main event SummerSlam, which wasn't the original plan. As reported this week, Randy Orton is likely having surgery and was originally the idea for Reigns' opponent for the show. However, once it became clear that Randy Orton wouldn't be able to perform anytime soon, the plan was put in place for Brock Lesnar to return to the company. Word started to emerge this afternoon, shortly after 5 p.m. Eastern backstage, that Lesnar could be returning. Still, he was not featured on internal rundowns that were handed out just before the show. For those asking if this was reactionary after the Vince McMahon investigation, we're told that about 3 weeks ago, plans were put in place for Lesnar's return. This would have been well after the investigation started, but well before the story about it ran. So with that, it really wasn't known by many ahead of time that Brock was coming back and that Brock was gonna be in this match with Roman Reigns, but it's official. SummerSlam main event, July 30th in 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, it's Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns in a last man standing match. But with that, guys, that was Friday Night SmackDown. You know what I thought of the show? Now it's time to hear what you guys thought of tonight's SmackDown. Remember, you can text into 510-906-1341 to let me know. Again, that's 510-906-1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341. 1341 Pull that up. We also got the polls. Let's first check the Twitch poll. Let's check the Twitch poll first, as far as the Twitch poll does go. 56% liked SmackDown. 44% thought it was just all right. And nobody disliked it, which is good to see. As far as the Twitter poll does go, pull that up here. Twitter poll for SmackDown. %, liked the show. 30% didn't, and 11% thought it was just all right. As far as the, as far as the YouTube community poll does go, 57% liked tonight's SmackDown. 25% thought it was just all right, and 17% didn't like SmackDown. As we move forward, check the text messages here. Person here says, with the whole Vince situation, do you think John Cena will still come back for his anniversary or avoid WWE for the bad publicity? I think John Cena still comes back. Person says, you heard AEW has added more matches for Forbidden Door. If anything was announced on Rampage, no, because I have not seen Rampage yet. And the person says, tag title match at Forbidden Door, and Sting is back. Well, we knew Sting was coming back. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. All right. If you are watching live, stream's going to hell, but we're still got the recording for YouTube, and we are wrapping it up right now. So with that, I do want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited if you are watching live, or on podcast services all around the globe, or youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So with that, guys, well, that's all we got for SmackDown. I want to say again, thank you for watching, whether that is live or later on. Have a great night. Have a great day if you're watching this during the day tomorrow, Saturday, whenever you're watching. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys.